What's up, everybody? So imagine you're at work one day and your ears just start ringing and you're thinking no big deal, it'll go away, but then 15 years later your ears are still ringing. Welcome to my world. And you don't want to be the guy who's got ringing ears 24 hours a day. And I wanted to make this video for you guys because I think a lot of you guys don't realize how important it is to protect your hearing when you ride. So roll intro. Before I talk about different options in earplugs, I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on with my hearing. So after the ringing wouldn't stop, I went and saw a professional to have them diagnosed, and the end result was I have a thing called tinnitus, and I'd never heard of tinnitus before. Apparently millions of people have it, and what sucks is they're not doing any research to try to find a cure for this. It's basically incurable. So imagine your ears ringing 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Now I'll say this, mine isn't super extreme, but it is irritating. And it's the worst time is when you're trying to sleep at night, when it's really quiet. So what I do is I have a fan in my room, and that helps take my mind off the ringing in my ears. So what that meant for me was I don't get on a motorcycle without putting in a pair of earplugs. And it's not so much for the sound of the bike as it is the wind hitting your helmet. And they say that the sound of the wind hitting your helmet can start doing damage to your hearing after just like 5 minutes. So yeah, I think it's really critical for everybody to wear earplugs when they're on their bike, whether you're on a sport bike, a cruiser, it doesn't matter. So let me tell you my adventures in earplugs, because when I bought this bike, my Aprilia, and then I had the Competition Works GP exhaust put on it, this bike was so loud, and so loud with that pipe, that unless I have earplugs buried way deep in my ears, I can't even ride it. So what I did was I was in Laughlin at a Harley rally, and there was a vendor there, and the guy was making these earplugs where he injects like a silicone into your ear, molds the earplug to the inside of your ear, and I thought, that's perfect. That is like the best earplug I could possibly buy, right? So I sit down and he injects the solution into my ears, and I'm like, wow, dude, I can't hear anything at all. The people around me talking and stuff, it's complete silence. So I get the earplugs and I go for a ride in them, and I already feel like a pinching in my ear, like a poking. And I'm like, what's going on? I just paid $65 for these earplugs and they're not comfortable. So what's happening is when he molds the earplugs to your ears, you're not wearing a helmet. And then when you put your helmet on, it pushes on your ear and changes the shape of your ear, even on the inside of your ear. So now, not only do I have this sharp pain in my ear, but I'm also not getting as much sound deadening as before. So I send the earplugs back to him, and what he does is he shaves them a little bit here and there, sends it back to me, and I try them, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is much better. But the problem is I still have a rigid earplug inside my ear, so when I put my helmet on and it changes the shape of my ear, the sound deadening isn't that great, and it's not very comfortable after a while. There's really delicate bones inside your ear, and it's really tender in there, so anything solid like that just isn't good. So yeah, this company called EarFit, I do love the earplugs for going to concerts and stuff because I can adjust the volume by turning them inside my ear. But for me, I don't recommend these earplugs just because, they don't do a great job and they're really expensive. So then why I ordered these things called decibels is beyond me. It's kind of the same technology. You put them in hot water to soften them up, then you stick them in your ear and let them, take shape. I haven't even taken those out of the box yet because I know they're not going to work for me. So what I found works the best for me, and I think it'll work the best for anybody, is these foam earplugs that are really cheap. They're like $6 for a box of 20 pairs, and they do a great job. They're comfortable, they're flexible, and I swear by them because when you're on a bike as loud as this, you gotta have good ear protection. Now I know a lot of you guys are like, I want to hear my bike, I don't like wearing earplugs because my bike doesn't sound cool anymore, but you can take these earplugs and after you put them in, you can tug on them a little bit and adjust the volume coming into your ears. If you want it to be really quiet, you shove them in really deep, and if you want them you know, not to be so quiet. You just take them, put them in, and then you just kind of take your hand and kind of tug on them a little bit and pull them out slightly, and, you know, it gets louder, because you don't want to be that guy that one day his ears start ringing and it never stops. Trust me, man, it's no fun. And I'm really hoping it doesn't get any louder, because I know people that have it so loud it's almost debilitating, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's no fix. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to bring you that message, because a lot of people have never heard of tinnitus or constant ringing of the ears. I have several friends that ride without earplugs, and I just tell them, I go, you're crazy, man. Yeah, so wear those earplugs, man. And I will catch you guys in the next video.